Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Jaquan,
I'm Jasmine.
and welcome to the Film Spill.
So today, guys, we're going to be reviewing the series Lovecraft Country. This is a horror fiction series, and here's a summary. Atticus Black joins his friend Letitia and his uncle George to embark on a road trip across 1950s Jim Crow America in search of his missing father.
So I really enjoyed this series. I love sci-fi, and I love when they pay homage to Black culture, and it was a mixture of both. I feel like they did an amazing job with bridging those two gaps, and it was one of those series that I was upset when I found out that it wasn't a season 2. So the rating I gave this series was a 3.5. It was very close to a 4. They had a few loopholes that I feel like that they could have fixed that they didn't. The reason why I got 3.5. So let's get into my pros and my cons. And this was probably the biggest pro, and I literally just talked about it in Ms. Marvel, but is whenever Montrose told his son Atticus that he was once saved by a man swinging a bat to stop this mob. And then whenever they went back in time, they discovered that it was actually Atticus, his son, was that man that saved his own dad. Like I just love those type of connections. So once again, like I was just saying the same thing in Ms. Marvel, like that was probably like yes, I enjoyed it because I just love when they do those type of connections. It was really dope. My next pro was I really like how they highlighted the Green Book service, which was a travel book that African Americans could use to determine if a location was safe. Once again, just history and stuff that I didn't know about. I thought it was really interesting. It was very crazy when Ruby obtained the power she got from William to be able to turn into a white woman. I thought that was crazy. It was great seeing Fitz again from Scandal. You know, we talked about that. I'm like, my boy Fitz, he played a major part in this series. My next pro was when the Shogun monsters ate those police officers. I was so glad because once again, I just don't like racist people. So to see them kind of get that, I was just like, yes, thank you. The next pro was it was crazy when Letty was killed, but then she got resurrected because we was just like, what? And then Uncle George ended up, dying. But it was crazy. That whole part was just crazy. When Tick tries to shoot Christina, but he can't pull the trigger because he found out that like a spell or something casted that basically she can't be harmed. The next pro is whenever Ruby confronts William and William turns into Christina. I thought that was a crazy part too. Because once again, it's like she's been sleeping with Christina this whole time. It was just crazy. I literally wrote this. The entire episode 6 was crazy. Basically, we found out that Atticus' ex-girlfriend was a Korean who was possessed by the nine-tailed fox.
I knew you was gonna say.
So, shout out to Naruto, of course. But that whole part was crazy. Then finding out she has to kill 100 men to be human again. To finding out Atticus killed the girl, while he was over there, who the government thought was a spy, who was a spy. To his ex-girlfriend almost killing him and then telling him his future. Like, hey, if you go back to America, you're going to die. So, once again, that whole episode was it was just full of so many like twists and turns, just crazy. But the nine-tailed fox definitely, that when I saw that, I'm just like Naruto anime. My cons for this show was learning that the creator of the Lovecraft book or series was actually racist. Just doing my own research, and I came out and I was just like, wow, I actually enjoy the series, so it kind of made me feel some type of way. The next con was it was very nasty seeing Ruby turn back into herself. So that whole part was just gory, bunch of bloods and stuff. It was just nasty because almost like she was ripping through this person's body. This was gory. Another big con was I didn't like how the story kind of kept jumping all over the place as far as like these different things that were happening. I'm just like, how does this fit with the main story? It was just too much. Like it kind of became one of those things. I feel like it reminded me of American Horror Story. Just like it's too much. Too much is happening. You can't follow the story. Did not like episode 7 when Hippolyta goes back into another dimension. Became so many people. I just didn't think it fit with the story. Me personally, I didn't know what was happening. Like, why did they have to add this into the story? Just didn't make sense. And then the last con, and we both talked about it, the 2 girl spirits that was hunting Diana. That was just very creepy. Overall, very interesting series.
Okay, guys. So I give this series a 1 out of 5. I think it was horrible.
Yo, 1? Oh my God.
I think this series was not good at all. I feel like it was confusing. It was all over the place, like you just stated before. So I'm glad it wasn't renewed for season two because it was really all over the place. Like I did not think that's what it was going to be. And basically, the whole gist was Atticus. He was trying to find his missing father and discover his family's legacy. And then it's like they mix racism with magic and sci-fi and monsters and spirits
Wizards,
and
yeah.
voodoo, and it was just too
Yeah.
many things happening in one
Too much
show.
for sure.
So it was just like a lot going on, like he said, a lot of racist encounters and stuff. I didn't like when Letty bought the mansion in the all-white neighborhood, and she had rented it out with a bunch of black people, and it was haunted, and the neighbors were constantly harassing them. And I'm just always like, I will never be that person who wants to try to fit in. Like, I'm gonna live in your neighborhood. I'm gonna just like, no, like they didn't want her there. So I really did not like that part. And also like he said before, Ruby, so she drank that potion and she would turn into a white woman, and it was so weird. And then it like only worked for so many hours, and then she would have to shed the white woman's skin. So like he said, she would have to pull the skin off her. It was like really gory and weird. The Asian woman, and like he said, it was crazy. Every time she would have sex with men, her nine-tailed fox spirit will come out and kill them and basically like absorb their memories and stuff. So that was crazy. Hippolyta, her falling through the portal, they said she was trying to discover herself or something. So she found out that she can travel to any dimension she wanted to, and she had the power to be whoever she wanted to be, and she really enjoyed that. So like he said, I don't know why that was in there, but I guess it was cool seeing she can just travel to different dimensions. Like he said, when Dee got cursed and was followed by those creepy little girls, it was like Topsy and Bopsy or something. Why? They were so creepy. I had to cover my eyes like when they were on the screen because it was just really creepy. And then at the end, Christina becoming immortal when she covered herself in Atticus's blood. Like, come on, bro. Like she's literally just rubbing it all over her body. It was just so weird. That was her whole mission. And then Dee like had a robot arm and then came and killed her. This series was horrible. Now, I love my girl, Journey Smollett. I think she's a great actor. So, of course, she was in it. I wanted to watch it. And people gave it such high ratings, such high reviews. Like a lot of people I know who watched it said it was like the best series ever. So I had very high hopes going into it, but it was really horrible to me. Like I would never watch it again. I wouldn't really recommend it. It was too confusing. It was too much going on. It was too much. I give it a 1. I didn't give it a 0. It was still interesting and I wanted to see where they were going to go with it and how it was going to end. And Journey Smollett was in it, but I definitely give it a 1 for sure.
Just like always, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. You guys have a good one.